What's up, you guys? Reedsy here with another Pokemon VGC video. Today I'm going to be using a team that I saw Thatsaplusone use once upon a time. I'll link the video where he displays this team in the description below, and it's been one of my favorite teams to use in this format. It uses Galarian Corsola, which I think is a super underrated Pokemon. We kind of saw it in like very early formats because it can be so bulky and annoying. And I'm actually going to change this move. So I took that's his team and I made a few little changes to fit my personal play style, which is something very nice that you can do here on Pokemon Showdown. We've got an Assault Vest Groudon, which has been one of the more popular sets, especially when Rinnia Sun was very prevalent. We got a nice Brick Break Tech, which is that's special for this team. I've got Chongjun's Salt Lake City Zacian again, because it's one of my favorite sets. Got a Screens Grimmsnarl, a good old Focus Sash Venusaur, and then Life Orb Thundurus. We saw Lumberry on a lot of Thundurus teams, but without really any Will-O-Wisps running around, and with an immunity to Thunderwave, there's really no reason to use Lumberry Thundurus right now. And with the Assault Vest on the Groudon, Life Orb can put in some really hard work. Brick Break is also on the Thundurus, and I think I did that. And I'm trying to think. I think before I might have put a Shadow Claw on the Groudon as a Calyrex Shadow answer because I didn't want to run two Brick Breaks. So we'll take a look at this team, play a couple matches, and see what we can get done. And there's a Calyrex Shadow. This is a very good team. The Calyrex Shadow Rider, Zacian, Blastoise, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Regieleki. So this is a very fast team. And the first thing I know is that they have no way to control the weather. So I could probably lead Venusaur pretty safely. In the sun, it will outspeed even the Regieleki. It can do a big max flare to the Rillaboom, Vine Lash to the Blastoise. We've got the Max Quake on here. My favorite lead with this team is I'll go the Thundurus Venusaur because Incineroar is a very common lead. And I could lead my Groudon, but it would be automatically put at -1 with the Incineroar. And I can bring it in the back to set that Sun if I want to, or if the Incineroar comes and gives me the Defiant boost on Thundurus, I can go ahead and max him. So I got my two max options up front. And then I never bring Corsola against a Calyrex Shadow Rider, so I'm probably just going to go Zacian. So let's see what they lead with. It is the Alecki and the Blastoise. And I'm totally okay with this. I think I might max the Thundurus anyway, because if the Regieleki wants speed control, it's going to have to give me a Defiant boost, and I don't think he wants to do that. Especially if you think my Thundurus is Assault Vest. Do you really go into it with the Blastoise right now and risk that? So maybe I go for an... They don't really have a good switch in for this. Maybe the Rillaboom. And I'm just going to attempt to Sleep Powder the Alecki. And the Alecki actually Dynamaxes. So here comes my Thundurus. Helping Hand Blastoise. Airstream into the Venusaur. Procs the Sash. Totally fine. Glad I Dynamaxed the Thundurus. Max Lightning goes. Procs the Waconberry. Still does some big damage. Oh, I said the Electric Terrain. What am I doing? What a great start to this video. You're just going to learn how bad I am with handling terrain. So now I definitely Airstream, and I'm going to go into Groudon. What a wonderful blunder for game one. Just classic Pokemon YouTube, am I right? Let's see what they go for now. Lightning into the Thundurus. Wow, man, that's a lot of damage. But we do get the Airstream, which takes care of the Blastoise and gives my Groudon a +1, which isn't too great. And the Alecki also is at +1, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. So who do you bring in now? You bring in the Incineroar. So I'm assuming you believe, with reason, that you can knock out the Thundurus with your Alecki. And I don't know, what are you going to do? Fake out the Groudon? I think I have to max guard here and call their fake out bluff. No, they do go for the fake out, but I do stop the max strike. And now the Regieleki has the speed boost. I don't really know what I can bring in safely. I could sack my Venusaur, but I think I'd rather just try, I don't know, we're just going to probably sack the Thundurus and go for Precipice Blades, and we'll see what kind of damage we can do. Extreme speed into Thundurus, okay, that's fine. Precipice Blades knocks out the Regieleki. Citrus Berry Incineroar, very physically, I guess I'm -1, I'm now -2. Bring in the Zacian. So here I'm going to bring in my Venusaur for sure. Or do I do that for sure? Yeah, I am. Okay, the Incineroar is definitely going to go for a fake out into my Venusaur, so I'm actually going to switch in my Zacian and just go for another Precipice Blaze. I know it's not going to do a lot, but this way I can preserve my Venusaur to come in and pressure with the Sun next turn if they knock out the ground, and if they don't, I get in some decent chip damage, and we'll see if my Zacian is fast enough to take care of either the Incineroar or the Zacian. So fake out should go into Zacian, it does. Zacian substitutes, interesting. And our Precipice Blades is strong enough to take care of the substitute. So here I definitely Sacred Sword, and I'm going to switch in the Venusaur so that I can reset my Groudon's attack, because it should be able to live one Behemoth Blade for sure. Behemoth Blade goes into my Zacian, we live. Sacred Sword, take out the Incineroar, perfect. And I like my position now because I've got a full health, well, 92% Groudon in the back. You can set Substitute if you want, but you can only KO one of my Pokemon this turn, and you're going to take some pretty big damage. I'm going to go for Earth Power because he could Substitute, and I don't really want to bring in my Groudon right now to try to get the Sleep Powder off. So he does just go after my Zacian. Big Earth Power from Venusaur. And now I've got a faster Venusaur because of the sun, and we'll go for a Fire Punch and a Weather Ball. And they forfeit. Okay. Kind of a rough start with that lightning terrain. Is that what we call it? Lightning terrain? Electric terrain. See, I don't even know what they're called. That's how bad I am with remembering terrains on the field. But still a good win in the end. And we're going to switch up now, going against a rain team. Zacian Kyogre, Double Genie, Kartana, and a Mungus. So definitely want to bring Groudon in the back. This could be a Rain Dance Tornadus. And something else I need to be worried about is the Tailwind. I don't have any fake outs. I do, however, like my Grimmsnarl here with the Thunder Wave. And then my Thundurus. If you lead Landorus, that gives me a huge Defiant boost. I can use the Thunder Wave to slow down the Kyogre, and I will be faster with my Thundurus. Or what's my speed here? 168, 156, yep. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think I still want to bring the Groudon back to reset the rain if I need. Also pretty good into the Zacian. I can get a Fire Punch off into the Kartana, and then maybe my own either Zacian or Venusaur in the back. I'm not sure which one I prefer here. Zacian's just so safe. Yeah, let's just do that. Grimmsnarl Thundurus against the Tornadus Zacian, so not even Kyogre. Interesting. Interesting. So the Zacian is probably just going to go for a big Behemoth Blade into my Grimmsnarl, so and I don't want to switch in anything on that, so the move I select here is probably going to be important. What do I value the most? I think the answer is Thunder Wave. If the Zacian protects, that means I can just try again next turn. Hmm. And Tornadus is probably gonna. Yeah, let's just max Airstream into the Tornadus. We're running out of time here. Probably gonna Tailwind. Yep, there it is. We miss the Thunder Wave, which is always great, but they do go into the Thunderous. And we get off our max Airstream, get the Sash up, and I'm gonna try the Thunder Wave again. And try to get just a big max lightning into it. So we do connect this time. Icy Wind, ooh, gives me a big old Defiant boost. Although I think the Zacian is still going to be faster, but it gets the full paralysis, and we knock it out. What a great roll of RNG for us right there. And another Defiant boost from the Landorus. However, I only have 11%, and they've got Tailwind. And I cannot hit it with a Thunder Wave. So I think here you go after the Thunderous, right? The Icy Wind, it would knock me out actually. But I think I'm going to try and get rid of this Tornadus, and I'm just going to max guard to stall. If you do go for an attack into my Thunderous, I'm anticipating the Landorus to max and give a big max Airstream or max Quake into Grimmsnarl. It doesn't, so here comes the Icy Wind. Oh, if it's Sword Stance, it is Sword Stance. But we do get rid of the Tornadus. And Kyogre is their last mon. So this is not great. Should have predicted the Sword Stance Landorus. I keep forgetting that's coming back. And they've got one more turn of Tailwind. I think I have to Thunder Wave the Kyogre here and hope I can get off a Wild Charge into it. And of course I miss again. Rock Slide does miss Thunderous though, but it's not going to matter because of the Tailwind. There's the Water Spout. So that's unfortunate. However, my Zacian is now the fastest thing on the field because they didn't get off a max Airstream, which is very good for me. So we could Rock Slide to get some damage onto the Landorus, but I'm hoping Zacian will be enough to take it out. We can just try to go for Precipice Blades to get big damage off of the Kyogre. And the Kyogre actually Dynamaxes, which is smart now that I think of it, but we do take out the Landorus, which is great. AV Groudon hangs on in the sun, and we get a big single target Precipice Blades. So we'll go ahead and do that again, and Behemoth Blade. Behemoth Blade goes up. Max Geyser into the Zacian. It knocks me out, but Precipice Blade KO. So great 2-0 start with this team, and I think we haven't been able to bring the Corsola. It's basically only a Trick Room answer, and we'll see if we even get a Trick Room team. We don't. We get another Rain team. I don't think I'll be bringing the Corsola, so maybe in a later video we can try to fit it in somehow. This is a different Swordfish team. This one's got Zapdos, Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, and Rillaboom. Zapdos is actually pretty problematic for my team because, I mean, it's got the same typing as Thunderous, so they can hit each other equally hard. But then I don't have another great. I guess I got my Groudon. I can try to get off a good Rock Slide into it. I think I'm going to end up maxing Thunderous, though, just because Zapdos will probably come in and want to Dynamax, and that will do a lot to Venusaur without receiving a lot of damage in return. So maybe we go Thunderous Groudon, Zacian, and I know I usually don't bring Grimmsnarl in the back, but I am going to this time. Grimmsnarlzation is the lead. Okay. So I don't want to max just yet because I don't see the Grimmsnarl Dynamaxing right now, and I don't want to see what you want to do. So I think I'm just going to scout off with the Precipice Blades. Zation protects. That's fine. Probably going to see a Reflect up from the Grimmsnarl. And of course we missed the Precipice Blades. We're just having great luck with our accuracy today. Now, basically all that happened is they got a Reflect up. I think I'm going to actually... Do I keep the Groudon in? Let's Airstream the Zacian. I actually want to bring in my own Zacian. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to get that speed boost. Play Rough into Thundurus, does a little over half. Big Max Airstream. And Grimmsnarl will go for a Spirit Break, which doesn't do too much to the Zacian. Now, Zacian likely will protect. That would be my guess. So I'm going to actually Max Knuckle into the Grimmsnarl, and I'm going to see if I can get a Behemoth Blade. It does protect. That's fine. Thunderwave into the Zacian, not great, but we do get the Max Knuckle. So now we are going to be hitting plenty hard. I think now that my Zacian is paralyzed, I think I need to get off one more Max Airstream. So we'll do this again, same targets. So we can get my Zacian back to neutral. And the ×2 attack should be more than enough to take out the Zacian. So ×2 speed. And I am faster. And I don't knock it out. That is a bulky Zacian. Okay, I'm going to bring in my Grimmsnarl. See if they reset the rain with Kyogre. Reset the weather, I should say. And I did end up using my entire Dynamax. There's the Incineroar. Okay, interesting. So you're probably going to fake out the Zacian and then Behemoth Blade the Grimmsnarl. Just take it out, right? So let's just pop a Reflect up. We'll just attempt to get off a Sacred Sword. But yeah, they fake out the Zacian. Reflect up. I flinch. Behemoth Blade into Grimmsnarl. Yep. Well, we did get the Reflect up. Groudon will come in now. If they have Kyogre, they do have Weather Control from now on. But that should be okay because we'll Precipice Blades. Does your Zacian protect? You might. So let's just double down on this Incineroar. So if it tries to Parting Shot, we don't get any more Intimidate cycles since I am kind of pinned down here. Can't do any more switch outs. They do a hard switch, then yeah, I'll get a -1, but that's better than the... Oh, and they don't protect, but that doesn't do too much to my Groudon. We missed the Zacian, goodness, and we don't even KO it because of the Sugar Berry, so there's the Parting Shot. Unfortunate misses from the Groudon here. And I think that's the biggest gripe that people have with these Sun teams is the 85% accuracy on Groudon. There's the Kyogre. Probably switch in the Incineroar right here, right? So let's just Precipice Blades and Behemoth Blade into the Kyogre because it's probably going to Dynamax. Maybe it doesn't, but I want to cover for that option. We don't see the Incineroar switch in, but they do protect, so that's fine. And I'm paralyzed. Ah, well, you win some, you lose some. And this is just going to be one that we lose. I think I played it okay. And we'll just play this one out for the sake of my opponent. Just take out their Zacian, and then the Max Geyser will take me out. So I think they played well. I thought I played pretty well as well. Maybe I could have played my Dynamax turns a little more efficiently because they were able to stall that out and kind of mitigate the setup that I was getting with the with the boosts, but still a pretty good set of matches. Once again, here's the team. I'll leave the paste to the spreads that I have selected and the movesets I have selected on here. And like I said, I'll also give credit to Thatsaplusone for coming up with the idea of this team. And thanks for hanging out for some games once again. Catch me next time.